Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for November 17, 2023, schools ordered closed due to inclement weather. The Ministry of Education and Youth has ordered the closure of schools on Friday, a measure it says is to prioritize the safety of all students and the staff as Jamaica continues to be affected by significant rainfall associated with a weather system passing over the island. In a release, the MOEY noted that flooding is anticipated and this may compromise the safety of our key stakeholders as they journey to school and back home. It also advised the schools to activate the Education in Emergency Plan to support the continuity of learning and the students being actively engaged. This will require schools to transition to the remote online modality for teaching and learning activities for the day. Students without access to the internet or a computer or tablet must be given assigned tasks in their workbooks or textbooks as per their timetable, etc., to minimize the disruptions in their learning plan, the MOEY said. School administrators are also being asked to initiate all communication channels within their institution to ensure that parents and guardians can be informed promptly and can make necessary arrangements for their child or ward. For schools designated as a shelter, the MOEY advised administrators that it is important to contact the shelter managers to coordinate access and manage shelter activities in case the need arises. In the event that the conditions worsen and schools are mobilized as the shelters, provisions must be made to secure critical resources while providing access to bathroom facilities and other areas to safely house persons who may be displaced, the ministry said. The MOEY said it will continue to monitor reports from the Meteorological Service and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and update the stakeholders accordingly. The Meteorological Service on Thursday afternoon issued a tropical storm watch for the island. According to the Met Office at the time, there was a 60% chance of a tropical storm affecting the island, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said in a post on social media. Jamaican accused in New York of triple murder blames stress and pressure for his action. The Queen's landlord, charged with the triple murder of his girlfriend and the two tenants on Tuesday, said that he just snapped under stress and a lot of pressure, police said Thursday. In a statement to Queen's Police, David Daniel, 54, who is said to have Jamaican roots, was arraigned on Wednesday on 3 counts of first-degree and second-degree murder, as well as a criminal possession of a weapon. The 3 victims have been identified as Yvette Sweeney, 55, Thomas Wayne, 57, and Caesar Fields, his girlfriend. Police investigators theorized that the 3 were killed as a result of a long-running dispute over the non-payment of rent, which the girlfriend was supposed to be paying as well. Daniel told the police he snapped after allegedly being mocked by his girlfriend over his inability to do anything about the rent, which the other 2 tenants had reportedly not paid since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. The New York Daily News quoted prosecutors as seen during Daniel's arraignment that they would be seeking life imprisonment without parole. But the paper quoted Daria Armand, an attorney for Daniel, as saying that she wants him to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. It may be an extreme emotional distress issue or another psychiatric issue where it's best for a doctor to evaluate, the paper quoted the attorney as saying. Melinda Katz, the Queen's District Attorney, is reported in a statement as saying that the bloody crime scene was a result of extraordinary brutality. In the meantime, Daniel is scheduled to return to court today. The triple homicide has continued to reverberate around the St. Albans community, which is home to a large number of Jamaican and other Caribbean nationals. West Marland family escapes injury following gun attack. The West Marland police have launched a search for hoodlums who attacked a family at their home in Mount Eagle district on Tuesday. The family, including a 5-year-old child, escaped the injury after the gunmen opened a fire on the one-room dwelling. The police reported that about 11:50 p.m., a couple and their young daughter were at home asleep when they heard a banging on the door. 3 armed men who invaded the yard then opened a fire, forcing the family to take evasive action. The men escaped in a waiting motor car. The police have not established a motive for the attack. Several people detained amid a curfew in Lioneltown, Clarendon. The Clarendon police have detained several men for questioning in connection with the recent flare-up of gang violence in the parish. Several people have been killed in the violence over the last week. A 48-hour curfew was imposed Wednesday in Lioneltown. The curfew ends Friday at 6 p.m. Superintendent Carlos Russell, head of the Clarendon Police, told the news that the police are seeking to prevent reprisals. He said investigations are ongoing and operations targeting the main perpetrators will continue.
Well, there have been a flare-up in violence in the southern part of Clarendon, especially in the Lioneltown, which had seen 2 murders. And we believe that at this time, if we don't put a clamp on what is happening here, then we may have some reprisal. So that is the reason why we have imposed the curfew. All detectives are working overtime, and they have picked up some persons, and the investigations are ongoing. The operations are also continuing investigate, targeting the main perpetrators.
NWA clearing roads blocked due to heavy rain. The National Works Agency says its teams have been deployed to clear landslides and blocked roads in several parishes following heavy rainfall across Jamaica. The Met Service has reported that a broad area of low pressure across the southwestern Caribbean is producing a large area of cloudiness with showers and thunderstorms across the region, including Jamaica. The average rainfall amount for the entire island is 15 to 20 millimeters. NWA Corporate Communications Manager Stephen Shaw said the agency has received the reports of blockage in Manchester, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. Thomas.
So we have received reports from the parishes of Manchester, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. Thomas. The parishes are being impacted by different things to include flooding, fallen trees, some rock slides as well, and blocked culverts. We are advising persons at this time to exercise caution in using all of our corridors, as the rainfall is impacting every parish, though at different levels. And so where persons are using roads that might be inundated, they should take every precaution that is necessary to protect themselves and property. In St. Catherine, we can confirm that the road from Spanish Town to Sligoville has been reduced to single lane. The St. Jago Hills Road has also been reduced to single lane. These corridors are being impacted by rocks and trees, and so caution is being advised in using these roads at this time. The Woodford Road in St. Andrew is also being impacted by a landslide, and it has been reduced to single lane, and so caution is also being advised in using this particular corridor at this time. So we have had reports of flooding in a couple of places in the parish of St. Thomas. The licensed main road has been impacted by flooding. The issue has to do with a culvert that was blocked. We have since dispatched equipment, and same is being used to remove whatever impediments are there. And so we expect that the stormwater flows will be controlled in this space once whatever the impediments are removed. We also have had reports of flooding in the Port Morant area. There are some issues in the Bath area as well. Landslide is impacting the Wilmington corridor, and so we want to advise persons to exercise caution. We know that there are areas in St. Thomas, more so in the western part of St. Thomas, where we have had issues in recent weeks.
Jamaican woman hit with a bag of charges re-trafficking women into Bahamas. A Jamaican woman who has been implicated for her alleged role in the trafficking of 3 Jamaican females into the Bahamas earlier this year has been slapped with a slew of offenses relative to the case. Simone Moore, 41, is charged with 3 counts of trafficking in persons and 2 counts of conspiracy to traffic persons. Her Bahamian co-accused, the 56-year-old Gregory Sims, a flight mechanic, has been charged with similar offenses. Moore has also been charged with 3 counts of unlawful withholding of identification papers. The Jamaican and the Bahamian appeared in a magistrate court in the Bahamas on Tuesday, during which they were offered a bail in the sum of a Bahamian $9,000, approximately 1.4 million Jamaican dollars, a report in the Bahamian Tribune said. The case is to be transferred by way of a voluntary bill of indictment, a process which is expected to begin on February 28, 2024. The allegations, as outlined by the report, are that 2 Jamaican women were smuggled into New Providence in the Bahamas between February 1 and October 26, 2023. Moore and the Sims are accused of subsequently withholding the women's passports over the period. Further reports suggest that between October 1 and October 26 of this year, a 3rd Jamaican woman was trafficked by Moore into New Providence. The complainant's passport was similarly withheld from her. Following investigations, Moore and the Sims were arrested and charged.